We're going live. What is the deal, ladies and gentlemen? I'm your host, the one and only WORKBIRDY Flies Gamer on 2 feet. So yeah, the Oculus Rift is returned, guys. We're gonna talk about the good. We're gonna talk about the bad. The bad, and mind you, the bad is probably just me and the way that my head is made and everything like that. It probably varies. I will say it varies because there was just things that I don't know. I have no clue. Like, to me, like, I think that I just had a lot of issues with the site. So I think we should get into like what I did like about the Oculus Rift S. I liked the comfort of the headset. I liked the tracking of the headset. Like, everything was on par and everything was really good. Hold on, guys. Let me turn this. Let me close my window. Okay. Like, there's a part of me that's like, well, you know, I probably should have kept it. I wish I didn't have to return it to Best Buy. But there's another part of me that's just like, that just wasn't enough. That just was not enough. Now, I am a VR. I like to say I'm an VR enthusiast. So I got my HTC Vive Pro. I've had a CB1, like I've said earlier. I had the CB1, I had the original Vive, and then I got the Vive Pro. I do have a Valve Index on standby, waiting to ship the first shipments that come out. But the problem with the S that I was having, and this is not like problems that other people probably will have, is my IPD was too high. So what I even went out and measured my IPD just to make sure, like, you know, I need to know my specific one, and it was 72. So I'm like, okay, and it only goes up to 70. So I'm in this situation where I'm looking, and I could have it to where and this might be a software issue with Oculus. And I was in people's comment sections on their impression videos, and I was asking them, like, are you guys having problems? Because my right eye is so clear, but my left eye is like crazy. But if I do this, I can see normal. I can see in my HTC Vive, but it's just the Oculus S. It was like, I can't even explain it. But the problem was, okay, now I'm looking at you guys like this, right? And I'm in the Oculus, right? Now, when I go like this, the left eye is clear, 100% clear. I'm looking right at this. But as soon as I go like this, it's all of a sudden blurry. And I'm like, what is going on? And then if I go like this, my right eye is clear. But if I go like this and look dead at it, it's blurry. And I could not understand that. So I tried every single IPD that they had on there. I'm moving the goggles around. I'm trying to find and when I get into the Oculus forum, I try to find threads of people saying like, hey, this is like, you know, this is not like adding up how it's looking in the Oculus. Like, everything is like soon as you like go like this and move your head, that's when you see the clearest of the clear. But as soon as you're dead on looking at something in a straightaway position, I felt like my left eye was just so distorted to the point to where I couldn't like it causes eye strain. And that's the biggest thing in VR is like, whenever you're playing VR, you like when I'm on the HTC Vive, they have my IPD setting on there. So as soon as I put it on, everything's clear that I'm looking at, like pixels. I can read it all. Like I move my head and everything's the same still. And that just was not the case with the Oculus S. So, I tried to fight through it. I'll play some Robo Recall and I was just like, and then for me, like this headset, the way that it's made is comfortable. Like the foam padding that they have going around you is really comfortable. It fits on your snug. Like it's much better than the original Oculus. And you don't have any nosebleed like you had in the original CB1. But what you do have is like this ski mask type of deal where it's just locked onto your face. Okay, so you have this headset on and it's completely locked onto your face, and I was getting lens fog. So not only could I not see unless I was like moving my head and stuff like that, but I started to get this lens fog, and it was going on the sides of the lenses, kind of like to the side. So that little view that I did have looking that way, that was clear, was automatically like lens fog. So I'm like looking at like, and this is my God honest truth. And I don't know if you guys are experiencing this out there that have picked up the Rift S. This is strictly for the Rift S. I have not seen the screens in the Quest yet. I probably will never see them, and I'm just being honest with you guys. But PC VR is where I'm at. You know what I mean? So. And I'm trying to be like high end with it. Like, I mean, people that got the Quest, congratulations. You know what I'm saying? They're probably coming into VR and they probably have never seen a PC VR or what the capabilities of it is. But this is strictly for the Oculus Rift S. Now, I don't know if you guys are experiencing that look where you guys like, I will say this. When the CV1 came out, it had a sweet spot. Okay, you would move these goggles, these Oculus around, and you would find that sweet spot, and then you would find your IPD, line it up, and you knew when you were locked in. With the S, I just could not lock it in. I know there's a sweet spot. When I go like this and I'm looking, like that's literally how I would have to do it to see something clear. Because if I'm sitting and I'm looking at something like the front page menu, as those letters are in my face, I have to literally go like that just to see them straight at an angle like this. So my eyes are literally like going like that, and then I will straighten up and it just be so blurry, distorted. Okay, but when you go like that, when I did that, you can definitely tell that there's a bump in resolution. It's more vibrant, it's more clear. But, and this is probably just my issue, guys, because my IPD is not measuring up to what they're doing. And I'm like, I don't know. I had to make an executive decision. I had to take it back. Now, the controllers are amazing. You know what I mean? The touch controllers, the way that they move and in your hands and everything. I can't take nothing away from Oculus because this is probably just a me issue, and it probably has nothing to do with the people that's out there enjoying it. So I do hope you guys enjoy it. I will be back on the Oculus to play that Robo Recall on the Revive. Yes, indeedy. Feed the needy, because it was a good game, but I just could not enjoy the game because of the issues that I was having with the actual headset. And that lens fog, that is something that is real, because you got to think about it like this. You're sitting, this headset has you absolutely locked in. There's no light coming through that headset. And that's one thing that I will say that was great about the headset. Like I put on in the settings, I put on to where you can just like soon as you get to your Guardian, you can like see your whole surrounding, and it's in like a beta phase, but you can put it on pass through. It's like automatic pass through or something like that. Or you can hit the double click the button and go through pass through mode. And when you get into pass through mode, you can actually see like and have the correct distance and things like that. So that was truly amazing. The tracking on the controls, I never had any problem with the tracking on the controls. When I first downloaded the new software for the S, I had an issue where I would take the headset off, and everybody knows that the headset has a sensor in the middle, so if it's not in use, it will go black. And I've had an issue where I would say, okay, take the headset off for a second just to do something on the PC, put the headset back on, I can hear sound, but it's just a black screen. So that would make me have to restart the computer. And then I was just like, to get around that and to actually, I think it may have fixed it or not, but I wasn't restarting the computer anymore. I was going into the Oculus settings and going into like, I think it was like the beta tab, and then it'll have a tab under there where it says restart Oculus. So I would just go in there, restart the Oculus, and then it would just boot back up, and then it would be normal Oculus again. Never had any problems with the tracking sensors. I got studio lights in here. So never had any issues with that. My main issue and the reason why I had to return it was the IPD. You know, the IPD was just actually like, it gave me such a bad headache having to do this when I should be used to things. Yeah, hold on, I'll download it for you in a second. My kid want Fortnite on that Switch. And you know, so like when I'm on the HTC Vive Pro, when I'm on this, I don't have to do this to see anything. Everything is clear. Everything is there. Everything is vibrant, bright. I left a comment and I asked the person today. I said, so like I'm bummed out because I had to take my S back, and truly and honestly, believe me, I am bummed out. I really am. Like, I wish I didn't have to take that thing back. I wish I could have kept it and enjoyed it like everybody else out there is enjoying it. You know what I mean? But I just could not. And maybe this is it. I was thinking about this like this. I said, it seems to me that Oculus catered to the Quest people. And in order for them to not have the PC people upset with them, they came out with an Oculus S. And didn't really put too much thought into it, because for them to have this second gen headset, that is like the visuals compared to the HTC Vive Pro and compared to the Oculus should have had a little more going on in that visual department. I just want to know, guys, like, are you guys having this issue where you have to like move your head to the side to see it clear? Now, when you do see it clear, it is better. It's way better than the CV1. You know, like when you see stuff clearly by moving your head, it is clear. It looks good. But when you're staring at things head on and it's just so blurry, and it's like your eyes are constantly like having to adjust to this, what you're seeing. And that makes for not having long gaming sessions. Like, I can't see a person going to be a sim racer or just have like long gaming sessions with this thing, because I don't even know with your regular IPD. I don't know if you guys are having that issue, but ladies and gentlemen, in this day and age, if you are on an Oculus S on a VR gaming headset, you are supposed to see this stuff clearly. There shouldn't be any trickery with some programming. And that's the whole thing, is I think that by them having the software to do the IPD, that's where the problem lies, because you're depending on a program to give you a precise geometry on what you're looking at, and that I don't know, guys. Like I'm not. I'm not gonna say anything bad about it, but I'm just saying it's not working for me. It's not. When I have to go like this and look at something from the side, like you have to. It's weird because you're in VR, right? But when you're reading something or when you're looking at something, I don't know. You guys have to see it. And maybe this isn't happening for you. Maybe it is. Please leave a comment on this video and let me know if it is, because I need to know. I need to know. Other than that, I really enjoyed everything else that it had to offer. I just had to return it, guys. I just had to return it. I think that I will be playing that Robo Recall again on the Revive. You know, I'll just download the Revive again. One thing that I did notice is that if you are playing on the Oculus and you have a Revive, Oculus won't even let you play the game. So you have to erase the Revive. If y'all having problems out there, you have to erase Revive if you have it installed, and then your S will work, or your Oculus will start working as intended. But yeah, it blocks you out. Other than that, guys, all y'all out there with your quests and your rifts and stuff, man, if y'all having these problems, return it immediately. It is not the device, because this stuff, I mean, this stuff is supposed to be clear. That's why, I mean, and this has been like, I'm all in on VR. I'm getting the Index, and I know that the Index won't be like that, but if it is, I'm gonna return that too, because the Vive Pro, I'm able to see things. Like once, I mean, I had the first Vive and that was pretty cool, but the visuals are kind of like they just weren't there. When you get on the HTC Vive Pro, all of a sudden it's like, oh, this is what VR was supposed to be like. Like I'm supposed to be able to see this stuff. You know what I mean? The only thing about the Vive that is really horrible after you use like the Oculus S is the controllers. The controllers are a game changer in the S. Like in VR, period, they feel really good. You can use them, like, since their hands and they're moving, it makes it easy to play the games that they have designed for it. And the Oculus games are pretty much really, really good. Like for VR, it's really good. And it's just a shame that it's like locked behind Oculus. I mean, I guess it's not locked. If you pay for games over there, then you can still play them somehow, some way through Revive and stuff like that. But they got some good stuff over there. They got some really good games over there in Oculus. Like if y'all gonna play something, man, make sure you guys go out there and purchase that Chronos, because Chronos is a really, really good game for Oculus. Like that was my first game that I purchased, and I ended up playing it and beating it. And that was the first reality game I ended up beating, and it was amazing. So make sure y'all go pick that up. Robo Recall was pretty good. If you playing it on Oculus, I heard it wasn't that great on the Quest, but because it's dumbed down, obviously. But if you playing it on the Oculus, man, and if you got a new Oculus, make sure you go get the Robo Recall. If you guys see me playing that football game, I think it's VR Sports Challenge. It's a basketball mode in there, hockey mode in there, all kinds of things like that. You have a really good time playing those type of games. You know, and then Beat Saber. I don't play Beat Saber, but you might want to play Beat Saber. So Beat Saber, they got just a lot, like mostly all of them Oculus games in there are really good, top-notch games. Like as far as like you using like your touch controllers and stuff like that, really good. Valkyrie, good. You know, I really enjoyed the games. I just wish that they didn't present a product like this. Like if they would have had the slider, because I can see when I move my eyes how clear the vision could be, but it's just not there. It's like as good as a HTC Vive Pro, but you have to like, it's not lining it up right. It's like the picture's not moving, you know. So when you're doing this, the picture ain't moving. It ain't, you know. but you can see on the side. And then that's when, like, when you have to do this, if I'm like looking at my screen right here, right? Carson, yeah, give me 1 second. If I'm looking at this to the side like this, right? Then that's what you should be seeing when you're looking at it straight up, but you ain't. Give me 1 second, man. Let me go put this on for my kids. Hey guys, my bad. You know, first day of summer break, kids are out of school, man, and they wanted to play that Fortnite on the Switch. We already got Fortnite on the PlayStation and the Xbox. They want it on the Switch. So so I was like, all right, you know. I told him, I said, I don't think you're going to be able to play together because, you know, that was that thing. I think they stopped that. But we are on VR. What was I saying? I'm done. I took it back. I had to make that executive decision. Let's talk about like how it, I mean, I'm going to be real with you. The comfort of the headset was absolutely amazing. Like you put it on like a baseball cap almost. It was like it's snug. Like that rubber foam that they got, that's good stuff right there. That's good stuff. Like when I was playing that football game, I was in here sweating. Okay, I was like, I had a rag, like a one of these microfibers right here, you know, on standby, just wiping him all down, you know what I mean? So because you could tell like the inside, it keeps it so snug that the inside was like, you know, it was getting there. So my bad. I had that. You know, maybe I ain't gonna say maybe one day, because I don't think that this issue can be fixed. I don't think that it's this. There was an article out that said that only like 30% of people, 70% of people will be able to use the device. And I kind of feel like I fell into the percentage of people that's not going to be able to use this device. Now, I've been commenting on VR guys' videos, you know what I'm saying? Just being like, hey, like, yeah, I'm experiencing this. Like, this was a 2-day process. Like, I really went to work. Oh, my God. Sorry about that, guys. Oh, man. My bad, guys. Moving my feet and everything, man. I'm in my studio. I really went to work, like, in these VR games, and just seeing if I can look past the fact that it, and then I was just trying, like, when I say that I tried every single IPD I could, I really tried them. I took it up to the top of Mount Everest. I took it all the way to the bottom. I increased it one increment every single time just to look around and see, like, and then I thought, like, oh, maybe I found one, but then it still wasn't good, because, like, you got to understand, when you are looking at stuff in VR, if it don't look how you're actually looking out of your own eyes, then it's going to hurt your eyes. So over a long period of time, because you got to think about, like, there's things coming at you. Your brain is constantly processing what your eyes are seeing. So when you're in VR, you're looking around, you're trying to see, like, if you're playing a zombie game or you're playing, like, things that are, like, moving, you're going to be looking, and that causes eye strain. And when I'm in my HTC Vive, even the first Vive, I didn't experience that. Like, it was always an issue with Oculus, because with the CV1, you would be in the CV1, but you had these little, like, you would move the goggles around until you found that sweet spot. There is a sweet spot, but it's kind of like over here. Like, you have to move your head for the sweet spot. Guys, if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, I don't know what to say. That's the best way I can explain it. I went on the Oculus forums and I searched the forums, and it was really kind of like I found what I was looking for, but it was worded differently. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't want to really say, like, oh, there's a problem with the IPD screens or anything like that. They weren't trying to say that. They were wording it as, like, yeah, basically, like I'm saying, like, I'm having a issue seeing, like, straight on with things. It's more or less to the side and stuff like that, but it's not, like, majorly out there. This was a thread that I found, like, on page 3, and that makes me believe, like, maybe I am just in that percentage that can't enjoy the Oculus, because, like I said, there is some clarity in that screen that's way better than the CV1. Like, you can definitely tell, like, this is a better version, but the way that the IPD thing is a software feature, that's what I'm having issues with. So I don't know. Hopefully the Valve index isn't like that, because if it is, it's probably going to be going back too. I believe, and this is just me, like, I have a 2080, a EVGA XC Ultra 2080 Ti, with all this gigs and this huge CPU with the water cooler. I want VR, because I can crank my Vive to the max with the super sampling and everything like that and be comfortable. I just don't like the controllers for the Vive. After playing with an Oculus controller, I won't say I don't like the wands, but after playing with the Oculus controllers, you fall in love with that thumbstick and the way that the controllers feel and how small they are. With the wands, you feel like, I can use them. I know how to use them. I've had my experience with it for like 3 to 4 years with them, but the Oculus got them on the controllers. And the tracking is dope. Like, there wasn't one issue that I had with the tracking. The tracking, you open your head, you pulling stuff out the back, robo recall, they reach back there, you reach back there, grab a shotgun on the hip. You just click the little controller, like the little buttons in the inside right there. You just it was amazing. Like I liked everything about it. The cameras on the side, you know what I'm saying? When, like, if you go through your barrier, you see a little hole, you like, oh, you can peek your head through the hole and see like the environment. I took that off, and then just like, it'll just, soon as like I go to the thing, it's like the Matrix, and it'll just open all the way up around me, and then the game will be like in like static screen kind of. You can still see your environment of the game too, but you can see the outside. It was pretty cool. It's like in beta phase, and you have to unlock that. I did to be a tester for their software and stuff like that. Like, I was enjoying it when I first started the Oculus Rift. Like, you go through the little, everything start going all pink and everything, and then you see the big O. That was the most hurting part of my eyes. Like, I had the headset on, and I'm like, and it's happening around me and everything. It's right before you start doing picking up the tennis ball and everything like that, and even the robot part. And I was just like, man, because my eyes was just straining. I don't even know what IPD it started on, but it definitely wasn't mine. So a little word of advice, Oculus, y'all need to make that happen like as soon as possible. Like, we should be able to get to that IPD setting like ASAP before we even see any of what's going on, because that was like, I was like, oh, this is off. Like, this is off right here. But it is what it is, y'all. Now, this wasn't a video to like tell you guys that you guys won't enjoy the Oculus S. Pretty much, like, basically, I think that the Oculus S is better than the Quest because of what you get to see, you know what I mean? Like, what the graphics. If you have a great gaming PC, I would tell you, like, man, grab this Oculus S and try it for yourself. This is only my opinion. This is my experience. This is what I experienced on the Rift S. I think there needs to be light brought to this situation. Like, if you guys are having an issue with what I'm saying in this video, you are not alone. Okay, you are not alone. But yeah, like, and it's like, I see the excitement. I had that excitement too, but I knew that there needed to be some adjusting and some adjustments, and I just wasn't able to get to that situation where I'm like, man, this is like, it isn't right. Like, I don't know what's going on here, but my experience was what it was. So, as always, guys, I've been your host, your commentator, the one and only WORKBIRDY 5 gamer on 2 feet. Like, share, favorite, and subscribe, and be sure to catch you next time.